everybody, thanks for coming to my channel. Today's video is about how my 8-week-old started sleeping through the night. This video was filmed a while ago and the footage is kind of dark because it's filmed in his nursery, but I hope that it's helpful anyway. I do want to preface this video by saying that there was nothing that I could have done to get my baby to sleep. He did it on his own. However, the method that I talk about is just what happened to coincide with him sleeping through the night. So I thought I would share it just in case it could help one of you. So I hope you enjoy this video. Comment down below if you have used a sleep sack like this and what your results were, if it were for your baby, or maybe comment below when your baby started sleeping through the night. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoy it. Alright. Okay, so I will start out this video by saying every baby's different. What works for me may not work for you, but this is how I got my 8-week-old to start sleeping through the night. So when we first brought him home, I was determined that he did not like being swaddled, and it wasn't working when we first brought him home. He slept with his hands up by his head just like this, in a relaxed position. When he was in the womb, his hands were up by his face. They were constantly like gripped by his mouth like that. So I was determined that he didn't like being swaddled. I had these swaddle sacks, but they didn't work. He just fussed more. But I decided to try it again. I don't remember why I decided to try, but he's a lot bigger now. So I think maybe some of the issues was he was too small. He has rapidly gained weight, so he's over like double the weight he was when he was born, and he's only 8 weeks, so he's like 13 pounds. So this is how I get him to sleep. This is the Sleepy Time swaddle sack. It says summer on it, which I find odd because it's like a heavy fleece and they make cotton ones. So I tuck his legs into the pod like that, and then his arm on this side comes down by his side. Oh, hi. Comes down by his side. And then this is really hard one-handed. But then I tighten this side, and it's usually tighter, so I have extra room, but I tuck that under his side, and then I lay this one down and bring this one over. So they are on basically like different layers of the fabric, and then you can kind of stretch that out and cover his hands so they aren't cold. See? And he likes that. So usually it's a lot tighter. He's like a nice little pod in it when it's tighter, but with one hand it's kind of hard. But yeah, so this tucks under the side and the arm goes over it. I feel like that's kind of one of the mistakes my husband makes. So I wanted to point that out. But I started doing that. The first night I did it, he slept all the way through the night, and now he's sleeping. So that is how I do that. After I get him swaddled, I do kind of hang over the crib because he's usually awake, and I just kind of rock him like this, and he likes it. So I rock him like this, and then I kind of go into like a rub and rock, and then just a rub as he falls asleep, and then just light finger rub until he's asleep, and then I pull away and he's good. My husband has a different method. He gives him the Nub, which is also another miracle product, I would say. So my husband just gives him the Nub and walks away. And it seems to work just fine as well, but I like to kind of rock him to sleep. So that's how I get him to sleep. Sometimes I have to pick him up in my arms and kind of rock him for a little bit like that until he's tired, then put him in the crib, rock, rub, etc. So if you have tried swaddling and it hasn't worked before, I would highly recommend you try it again. And this blankie has just been a lifesaver. I love it.